Now we'd like to start to dive into the mailbag. So we've accumulated a lot of comments, especially with the NFL draft and spring practice just concluded. So we're going to give Stephen M. the option and the opportunity to respond to some of these. Stephen, as I mentioned to you just a few minutes ago, a lot of people asking us to size up the Alabama-Florida State game. Whoa, folks. We'll get to that in a couple months. We'll give you the complete breakdown of the big week 1 matchup between the Noles and the Tide, but we have plenty of time to set you up there. Commander Holland, the commander, has wrote in here, Stephen, asking us and basically making the comment that he just doesn't feel real comfortable with Tony Brown on the field. He thinks he's too wild of a player. Even during the national championship game, he had a couple tackles that could have been called targeting. Thinks he's a bit out of control.
One thing about Tony Brown is you got to understand he's a smart player, but at times can play with a little too much emotion. He and Ronnie Harrison both do the same thing. Ronnie Harrison at that strong safety position going into his junior year. The one thing about Tony Brown, keep in mind, this was a 5-star recruit when he came to Alabama in 2014 out of Beaumont, Texas. And when you're a 5-star and you're not having things handed to you, or when things are not given to you immediately like they were in high school, it becomes an adjustment. And some players can make that adjustment quickly. Some people can be coached up a lot faster and understanding that it's not all about me, it's about the team, and be able to hit the ground running in that endeavor. And then with some, you have to take your lumps, you have to take your bombs, and you have to go through some things to kind of get the memo. And Tony Brown was the one that had to go through some things. Remember, the 2015 season, Mark, was sent home for a violation of team rules. Did not get a chance to play in the Cotton Bowl against Michigan State. Did not get a chance to play in the first matchup with Clemson in the 2016 national title game off the 2015 season. So Tony Brown had to learn some things. In the first 4 games of this past season, had a suspension. Once the 4 games ended and he got on the field, you really saw what this young man can do. Had 32 tackles, had 2 critical interceptions, including 1 against Florida in the SEC title game that helped Alabama win 54-16. He can play. He's got a nose for the football. He can really track the ball. He's a sound tackler. The one thing that he's got to continue to focus on is you play with the right amount of emotion. You cannot let your emotions get ahead of you. I know you're excited. I know you want to hit the ground. I know you want to play and give your 100%. But the thing about it, controlling your emotions and being smart on the field as you do that. Not a dumb player, but at times can let his emotions get ahead of him. But quite frankly, one of the better defensive backs on this team.
Alabama football each and every Wednesday night. We talk it up with Stephen M. Smith of Touchdown Alabama. Please join us as we break down the Tide each and every Wednesday. Stephen, you have a great week, and we will catch you next Wednesday, if not sooner.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it.